Alright, today we got a comparison, or a versus, between the Empire Axe and the Planet Eclipse Etek 3 AM. Keep in mind, this is a stock comparison. This is everything you find out of the box on these guns. There's no upgrades right now.
Except for the grips, which don't really matter.
Yeah, they've been taken out. This is the newer model of the Axe, not the 2011 model. What Empire did, they put a new board onto it, so you don't have to go into the grip frame and change the modes, so it's still stock. Alright, so let's get started.
So the Etek 3 is basically a less upgraded version of the Etek 4. Different barrel, ASA, anything.
Yeah, alright, so let's get into the comparison now. The ASA on the Axe is a Empire Relay on-off ASA. You just flick it to gas it up and flick it to degas it. It's extremely simple, takes no strength at all. You can just flick it. It's extremely simple, it's quick and easy.
So the Etek 3 has the Oops ASA. You just unscrew it to degas the gun. Takes a little bit longer to do than the Axe, but I guess you might lose like a little bit more air, like 20 psi more or something.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that this is bad ASA. It works great. Planet Eclipse has fantastic guns.
But the Axe probably wins on
Yeah,
that
the
one.
Axe wins on the ASA for sure.
It's for time purposes.
It's a lot easier. You lose less air. It's quicker. This is the 2009 Oops, not the 2012 that you find on the Etek 4 and the ETHA. It stands for On-Off Purge System.
So now for the barrels.
Alright, the Axe comes with a one-piece 12-inch barrel with a 690 bore, or 691, I'm not sure. They overboard on it slightly, just like on the Etek. You're not going to be shooting tournament grade paint, which is like a 682 bore. So, I guess they use this for when you have bigger paint. You can use a bigger bore, but I know everyone I've seen that has an Axe puts a new barrel on it, so it doesn't matter anyway.
So the Etek 3 comes with a Shaft 3 barrel. It's a two-piece barrel, easier for maintenance. It's a 693 bore, so if you get a $600 gun like the Etek 3 versus a $1,000 gun like the Ego 11, you're probably going to be shooting less quality paint, so it might be bigger, which is why they have the bigger bore. The two-piece makes it easier to clean, and you can just change the barrel backs. Let's say you don't like the 692 bore, like I didn't. I just took it off, bought a 685, and fits right on.
Yeah, he said it's 682, but it's really 693, doesn't matter. So, like he said, if you get the barrel right, and you're like, oh, I don't want the bore, it's too big for me, instead of buying a whole new barrel, like if you had a one piece, you can just buy the barrel back for it, and there you go, you can save $100. So barrel goes to the Etek.
So now for the feed necks.
They're both clamping feed necks. They both work the same. I wouldn't say they're great feed necks, like the dye gun, the new dye, and the Protos. Probably the best feed necks I've ever seen in my life. But, you know, they're Allen key feed necks, you twist it, and then it's just a regular feed neck. I'll give it a tie.
Yeah, they're all basically the same thing.
Alright, for the board, they're both LED boards. To do it, to turn them on, you just press the button, turn the eyes off.
I have mine set on PSP rampant.
Yeah, mine's on semi right now. They're both LED boards. They both work great. I'm gonna say the Axe board, it's easier to use. There's less complicated stuff in there.
But if you get used to the Etek 3 board, it becomes pretty good, and
yeah,
as long as you know how to use it, it's a tie.
The Etek board's way more complicated, but if you know how to work it, it's fine. So I'll give it a tie as well.
So now for the bolts.
The Axe, these are both toolless bolts. That means you don't have an Allen key or a tool to take them out. On the Axe, you press a button. The button's right here on the side if you can't see it. That little thing right there. You press that button, turn it clockwise, pull it, turn it clockwise, and pull it again. So, there's the bolt. I'm not going to say it has not very many O-rings, but there is a few on there. So, you have your bolt, you have your spring.
Compared to dye guns, actually not many O-rings.
Yeah, like on my old reflex rail, I had like 25 O-rings. They're different colors, so it was helpful. But on this one, on the bolt itself, you have 3, and on the guide, you have about 7. So you don't need to maintenance it every day like you have a spool. these are both poppets and they're easy to use. And to put the bolt back in, you'll just do a reverse of what you did earlier. You push it in, turn it. There you go. It's extremely easy to put in and take out.
Yeah. So the bolt on the Etek, it's actually really easy to take out. Pop it up, pull it out. There's nothing else in here. It's 2 O-rings. It's louder than the axe. If you care about that, then go with the axe bolt, but this one's way easier to maintain. It still shoots pretty fast. So
yeah,
for maintenance purposes, this one's gonna go to the Etek.
They're both great bolts. They both are extremely easy to take out. But the Etek bolt is quicker to take out, and it's only 2 O-rings needed maintenance on there, which causes it to be, I guess, more reliable. I'm not saying the axe is less reliable because they're just as reliable as each other, but the Etek has the bolts easier to maintain. So I'll give it to the Etek on that one.
So now for triggers.
For triggers, they both have a micro switch trigger. They both work great.
Same
Personally,
kind of trigger.
I like the axe trigger. It's just easier to use. It's a quick pull. It bounces back at you. In my opinion, the Etek trigger just like dangles around and it's like ding 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 ding.
Well,
I don't know.
They both do kind of the same thing. If you don't like it, you could adjust it, but I think they're both pretty much the same thing. So this one's kind of a tie, sort of.
Yeah, if you like the Etek trigger, then you like it. If you like the axe, then you like the axe trigger. It's preference. I'll give it a tie.
If you don't like either one, they're both adjustable, so don't like flip out just because one may have like a 1/10 of a percentage like higher trigger pull.
Yeah, so my opinion, the axe. His opinion, the Etek. So doesn't matter. For the regulator, the axe has a gas-through grip regulator. It's where you put the tank in here, and the gas goes through a regulator built into the grip frame, up into here and up into the top portion of the gun, which causes the bolt to move forward. I think it's useful because you don't have a macro line here, which could cause more trouble having leaks or something like that. So I like having macro line there. It's easier to, having a no macro line there, it's easier to switch hands. It's just quick. You can put your hand in there like that. With the macro line gun, you have to bonk against this. And I don't know. I think I like it without the macro line.
Yeah. The Etek 3 does have a macro line. To me, it's not that big of a deal. I could go without it. I prefer to not have it, but there have been a few leaks with this. Not that hard to fix, just push it back in. But just having more reliable, I think the axe is better because you don't have that macro line there.
Planet Eclipse has great regulators, but not having macro line there it's great.
You can switch it to either side if you want, but whatever.
Alright, so the price, this axe costs $459. They start at $459 and go all the way up to like $750, I think. This is the standard
the
axe.
Pros are about.
The Axe Pros are. I wouldn't give the Axe Pro. Who wants to pay $200 for a board? If you want a new board with OLED, just buy a Brushy board or like 7th Element board for like $50. So the price. This costs $459. That costs $599. So $600. I think for the price, the axe is better. You can just the Etek. It's a good gun, but it's not worth $200 more than the axe.
Well, first, not all of them are $200 more. This is the AM version, which means it's all metal. Eye cover's metal, trigger frame. But there's a version that's actually $100 less, and it's the LT. Just composite materials, glass nylon. And a lot of people hear the word glass, they're like, oh no, this thing's gonna shatter, so they get the AM instead. But it's basically the same thing. It's strong, durable.
Yeah, personally, I think the LT's better. I'm not gonna say the AM's bad, but for the money, the LT's better. Saving $100 on a gun that works exactly the same.
There's axes that are $500, like the same price as the LT. It depends if you really care about it or not. So you pay as much for what you really care about.
If you have $600 to buy an AM, why not pay $450 and buy an axe and spend the extra $150 to put upgrades on the axe and make it shoot even better than it already does? And people, like you say, when people hear the word glass reinforced nylon, they think like glass on a window. But it's not. It's extremely durable. I'm not going to say it is, but it could be possibly more durable than the all metal. Because the all metal, it could bend, it could get dents in it, it can scratch a lot easier. With the glass reinforced nylon, it is extremely durable. If a dent, you can't really have a dent in it. It's, I don't know, and you can't see any scratches. So personally, I think the LT is better. But
Yeah,
for the money, between these two, the Axe.
they're both free. Obviously, you get the Etek. I mean, the Etek AM versus the LT. If you're paying for it, I'd pay for the LT versus the AM.
Yeah.
So they're both pretty good guns. Depends what you like. If you like more if you're not going to change anything and you like more accuracy for a longer barrel, even though it's a little louder, get the Etek. If you care about noise more, get the Axe. So it's mostly personal preference.
Yeah, we both agreed before this video, but for the money, the Axe is better. Thanks for watching, and subscribe.